There she is. It's taken a while to get to, but we're almost there, sort of. Maybe another 10 k's or something. It's been getting a bit lumpy though. This island's pretty cool. Water looks very murky though, very silty, which is a bit of a bummer. Just have a look around this corner on the more exposed side before we decide to go onto the beach. Yeah, you can barely see any of the rocks. Whoa, that's cool. Just getting a little thin though. You can see a rock just there, I think. No, I might not risk going any further at the moment. Geez, the water is so silty though. I was really hoping to be clear. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? This island's kind of a bit like Jurassic Park. From the outside, it's got this cool dip. But I'm not quite sure what I'm doing, because if I can't, like the whole area is just cliffs like this. So it's going to be damn hard to walk around the island or get around in any way. I can get to this point, but geez, it's really silty in the water. So if I'm swimming around trying to spear fish, it's going to be a tough one. Because the only spot to camp is just, there's a little beach right in the centre. Maybe we'll go and check out the beach and we'll make a decision. That cave's cool, eh? Rock or bait school? That's the big question. Rock, I think. Yeah, no, definitely a rock. You can see that second one a bit more clear. Okay, so I've just been sitting here looking at the beach, and it's pretty cool. Like, the beach is great, but the water is so silty here. Like, you can barely see, like maybe two feet into the water. Yeah, I wonder if the other island that I was at last time, which is still probably another 20 k's further down, but it is a little bit further out on that point. What am I going to do? How much petrol have I got? So we've got a little over, we've used about a quarter of our tank, plus I've got an extra 5 litres here. Whatever, it's only a bit of petrol. We're still having fun getting around. We saw a new island, but I don't know, unless the water's really clear, if this one's a goer. Going on here. So we're literally just around the corner here. There's a bit of rocks that come up, but once again it's silty, and I don't know how I would get around to here unless I'd have to come around on the boat. Well, it is a pretty cool island, but without clear water it looks pretty inhospitable. Alright, let's bite the bullet. We're going to make the run down. We're going to go see the weather station island, which was so cool, and it was good. I said I vowed to return. I didn't think I'd return quite this quickly. Oh! I'm gonna have to put something under my butt, because unfortunately the seat on the boat flew off on the way up here on the drive. It must have flown off on the highway, unfortunately. So I lost my seat. So I managed to acquire a milk crate before I left. Get as much padding as possible. Get my arms in. Oh, please, help me out here. So that's the island we just come from. Oh, that's so much better. Yes. Butt crusher. I was really starting to get worried then. I was like, man, I've come all of this way. We've burnt through half our petrol, and like the water is just getting dirtier and dirtier. Like, look down here, it's just filthy. It's like mud now. But I was like, is that a clear water line, or is it just the shadow of the clouds? But I finally got to the edge of at least a line. I'm just about to cross over it now. But you can see that mud line weaving its way out that way. But it looks like this island isn't in that line, so thank God. It looks like we might actually get some slightly clear water. It's still pretty murky, but hopefully it clears up more and more as I keep going down. Well, there's the island, which is good. We've made it to this far. The water is pretty murky, but right here up close, it's actually not looking too bad, but geez, it's getting shallow, so I've got to be super careful. As long as I can get over. Oh, there's a turtle just there. Run, buddy. As long as I can somehow slink over these rocks here. If I remember correctly, it does like it. Oh, look, there's another turtle. That's cool. Turtles everywhere. Oh, look, heaps of them. There we go. We've got to list a little bit of sand now. So you got to be careful because there's a few big chunks of rock. You just don't want to hit anything. Might need to kill the motor here and jump out. It is getting very shallow now. In fact, we're just starting to scrape now. What do we got? This up a bit. And I know it's pretty hard ground here, so we'll get the wheels down. We might better pull it up, but we'll just get some of the stuff out first. Whew. Man, some trips just don't quite go to plan. Whew. I get stuck. Oh, that'll do. Alright. We've got it out away from the water, but we might as well get some of this stuff off before we go a bit further. Well, we know the best campsite here is just above, just on that little rise, just on this side. So I guess there's no point in doing the lap of the island before we get the gear out. So we'll start untying, we'll get everything up. And yeah, probably should get set up straight away, I guess. Because I think we're committed. We're committed to this island now, whether we like it or not. We don't really have enough petrol to go anywhere else, and there's only really, like, apart from the other one we looked at earlier, there's really not a whole lot of other options around this sort of area. So, oh, that's a bit of a worry. The cap's obviously come off there. Better put that back on before we burst the boat. That would not be good. Tent bag. Oh, stuck. Shouldn't be really needing this much water because we've really only got like a 1 to 2 day window. So weather looks like it's going to be nice. Like, it should be a cracker day tomorrow, and then Wednesday looks fine. So we'll see. Should be able to run home tomorrow on Wednesday morning. So we'll get 2 nights. Nice to hear that coral sound again. Let's just get up and have a look at it. So we've discovered, I think, the best spot. Last time I forgot the poles, but I'm 100% sure I put them in this time. So I guess we'll take the same spot. Gets a little bit of protection from the wind, and look, it's probably the flattest and softest spot in the island, so it's quite nice. Might put my thongs. I did bring thongs this time. Just try and level her up a bit. There we go. It's much lighter now. That'll do for now. Just get it up in the semi-safe zone. That bottle's been around, hasn't it? And can't be too safe. Might as well tie it up for when high tide comes. I think the highest tide will be at night time, so as long as we're attached somewhere, help me sleep easier. I was going to say do the tent, but you know what, maybe we'll go for a walk up to the top and see if we can see that dirty waterline. It's always nice to get a good overview of the whole island as well. I know we did this recently on this one, but it's always nice to see what's going down. Alright, nice. The old solar panel. Definitely, like you can see that brown line stretching out. But even these shallow areas around here could be worth a little look in. Surely we can find something. And over this way. Yeah. Ah, should still be nice. Yeah, just on this little section here looks pretty clear, and maybe on this point, so definitely still worth a go. But yeah, not quite as clear as last time. Last time was like mint in every single way, but I don't think we're going to get the same kind of result this time. But as long as we get a fish for dinner, it'll be all good. The weather station's cool though, isn't it? Yeah, look at that brown line all the way around. Bag's been cooking in the sun. Okay, there are clothes. Is that damp? No? No, it's just cool. Cooler. So we really don't bring a whole lot. We've just got our sleeping bag, got like a spare t-shirt, plus a long sleeve top and a pair of shorts. Look, we got our poles, which is super important because we forgot them last time and we created a little bit of an issue with the tent, but we still got the job done. And we'll get our tent out. Oh, that's one thing I was wondering, because I usually had this like strap that I used to put around here, but then I lost it and I thought I left it here actually, but I can't see it lying around anyway. Well, if I come across it, that'd be cool. If it was anywhere, it'd be like right here, but someone might have picked it up or something. Oh, what happened? What's going on here? We got a cracked pole, eh? I'll go well, because there's not much I can do about that. That's not good though. This tent's not really that old. We shouldn't really have cracked poles, but I guess it can happen. Just like cracked rods, eh? They I guess, you know, if you just, because sometimes I've even seen like, you know, I may have even sat on the bag before, which could do it as well, you know, things like that. So I guess you never know how it happened. It's a bit of a bummer though. Have to repair it. Should be an easy enough fix. Alright, chuck the fly in and we're good to go. Nice. We have shelter. with a pretty amazing view actually. That's good. But it is toasty in here, so let's get these suckers open. Once we get some airflow. That's one really good thing about this tent. It really does open up nicely with all four sides opening. It makes a big difference to airflow. Because anyone that knows tents knows that they get very toasty, especially when they're sitting in the sun like this one is. And that is bed for a while. Beauty. Just get a bit of a charging area going. Probably don't really need it now. Oh, we've got a butterfly in here. Hey, come on buddy. You don't want to get stuck in here with me. This way. Hey, this way. Oh, come on. Alright, this could be a double hand job. Oh, there he goes. Good. See you later, buddy. Alright. Where to? Maybe we should go jump in the water. It's hot as now, so it's probably a good time to jump in, see if we can actually see anything. See if we can get some dinner. I've managed to burn away a lot of the day. It was I came over fairly early, or what I thought was going to be early, but by the time I sort of got to the other island, got here, got set up and mucked around a bit, we're kind of already, you know, into the afternoon. So we'll do this up so we don't catch any more butterflies, and then I guess we'll go and might as well go jump in the water and see what the sitch is. Could be one of those things, if we can't see a lot, we might just have to sort of grab whatever. But we'll have to just check it out. There's only one way to find out what it's going to be like, isn't there? So we'll get another camera out. This one. Oh, have a look at this. I have a lot of trouble with GoPros. Just they seem to freeze and do all kinds of things. Batteries run out fast. But anyway, this one got a massive crack on the screen. I don't know whether I knocked it or whatever it is. So I'll put like JB Weld, like epoxy, like marine resin across it. So hopefully that'll seal the crack. You know. It's not the perfect fix, but the touchscreen still works just fine. And hopefully, you know what I mean, that's pretty solid epoxy. It's rock hard and it's not going anywhere. So hopefully that should seal up the crack in the glass just across there. It was just in this section just here. But yeah, just another day, another broken GoPro. What would Mark say? GoPro, but just not for very long. I'm not sure how long we'll be in there for. What do we got? Okay, we'll attach that to that. And we'll walk down. I guess we'll probably just go straight in here. Maybe we'll swim, instead of going right around that way like last time, we might go this way and we'll go out to this point. It looks a bit clearer over there. This point over here was definitely the most productive, but over that way looks sort of clearer. So we'll go around and head out that way. We'll get over here and we'll try and suss out the best place to jump in, because it's going to be pretty rocky to get over, because it's pretty much dead low tide now, I think. So which way are we going to head? The path with the least sharp rocks, which is sort of everywhere, unfortunately. You can see all these bits, like all these bits of a boat, because there used to be a big wrecked catamaran here. Pipes and bits of wiring. You can see all these bits of fiberglass. It's just all been smashed up on the rocks now. There was a full size, massive, like $1 million catamaran, and it got washed up and it was stuck up on these rocks just up here. It's obviously all been smashed completely apart now. And I've got to admit, when I first came here on that last trip, I was hoping to see it, like because it was on the map. But obviously the map was a bit old. And I went back through Google Maps, and it was taken quite a few years ago, the main pic that they used. So unfortunately it's completely gone now. But even when I was swimming in here the last time, like, I could see all this debris. Like, you can see all bits of the boat just scattered around everywhere. I think I even went past like the engine and everything, which was still stuck on the bottom. But I would have thought it was around here somewhere. But I can't remember exactly where it was. It's a pity it wasn't there, because I was really looking forward to getting inside it, because in the picture you can see quite a lot of the structures still there. But it's no longer, unfortunately. So it's pretty low. All these guys panicking. Run! Oh, look at this cool crab. Oh, out of here. You can still hear all that clicking and all the little pistol shrimp and everything else clicking away. So all that clicking, I do sometimes get people ask, they say, what is all that clicking in the water? It's like, well, that's the sound of a healthy reef, basically, with all the little like crustaceans and shrimp clicking away. Just all the sounds of the life on the reef. Oh, here's some of that piping from the catamaran. Where is it? There was like a whole engine and everything. Like it was massive, this boat as well. It wasn't a little one. It wasn't like Misty. So here's a little bit more of it. All the rigging. This looks like the front section. Yeah. That's one wrecked boat. We're actually getting close to some water here, which is good. That's a cool, oh, there's some, probably, look, this is part of the hull or something in there as well, in that rock pool. Belongs to the sea now. What a beautiful rock pool though, huh? It's like a little mini oasis. That's unreal. Oh, there's another stripey. He's slightly smaller. Nice. Alright. Just walking out on this stable bit of structure here, but it's going to end in a sec, so I'm going to have to get in the water hopefully soon. How awesome are these rock pools? Look at that bait. Nice little white bait fritter there. Alright, how are we going to get? We've just got to get to there. We've got to get across here somehow, very lightly. Yeah. No. Tricky. All a little bit tricky. to walk from here. Oh my god, look, the sun's getting down. Ooh, alright. Well, that was fun, but yeah, clarity, not so hot, but there was actually sort of patches there when you got over the other side that were actually fairly clear, and it actually started to clear up. Sort of saw a couple of good fish at the beginning, like I saw a nice trout and nice, like a bigger stripey. Saw heaps of big stripies actually, but I saw one, and then I even saw like a spangled emperor. I would have had a shot at this at the emperor, but the bigger one was sort of at the back of the pack, and he was just out of range, and all the others, they're usually really skittish, so you don't get much of a chance there. But yeah, put off a couple of shots thinking, oh yeah, like this early days, we'll see heaps more. And then all of a sudden it got really murky. I think the tide changed and it got really silty, and I was like, oh god, I've made the age-old mistake of thinking something better was going to come along, and then starting to regret not taking a shot at the beginning. But we managed to get one. We just sort of, I actually had to run back and get my battery went flat in the camera, so I had to get out quickly, run back, get a battery, jump back in, and then I was like, okay, well now I've really got to get something. Here's my knife. There we go, I'll take this one. Not a bad fish though. Type of snapper basically, striped snapper, or we call them stripies here, or gold line snapper would be another name. But not so different from your other snapper species, similar to a jack. And just as nice tasting as well, actually. Very underrated, because they're not as big as some of the other snappers. People tend not to focus on them, but they're just as tasty. And it's very high quality table fish, this one. Definitely. It's not we're not slumming it just because we didn't get a coral trout. And to be honest, for this type of cooking that we're going to do, I actually prefer this type of snapper over, say, a coral trout, if we're just going to quickly flash fry it. So real quick scale, get the bulk of the scales off. Beautiful, that's ready. That is a beautiful looking fish. Geez, there's something chasing the bait in here. Once again, that bait's come in this little shallow area. Should try and trap some in here somehow. I guess if you dug a little channel, you could sort of scare him in there. What we might do is just put a few cuts down. Oh, there's that rock I had last time. Nice flat rock to work on. And just put a couple of cuts in. Yeah, that wind's picking up a fair bit actually. I'm not up for it necessarily, but here's what it is. Whew. Well, at least we're lighting properly this time. Didn't light last time. Remember, the clicker is all but dead, unfortunately. But this is going to be great. Not a bad spread really, considering. Just super simple. Now we might just have to pop his head off, I think, because if we're being honest with ourselves, I don't think his head's going to fit in this little pan. It's a salt and pepper mix. Okay, we'll get him real lathered up with our salt and pepper here. Get it in all the cracks. And that's it really. I think we're ready to rock. That really is a tight fit, isn't it? Oh well, not much we can do about that. Clean that off. So we've got a bit of broccoli here. Might as well. Not much, we'll just cut a few little stalks off. Maybe one more. Alright, now here's the tricky part. Somehow getting it off and getting it out of here and onto the actual board without breaking it in half. Ooh. Lost half my skin, but it's alright. Lost me skin and me little wing. Facing that way, shouldn't it? Just like that. What we'll do, we won't waste these though. We'll scrape some of this skin and all the bits off here because that's delicious flavour. Yum. Still a bit of crispy skin there. And we'll just quickly chuck our broccoli in. Probably should have cut it smaller. And all those bits stuck to the bottom there. They're super delicious. Salty, oily. There's not much better, nothing much better than salty, oily. Just want that broccoli to soak up all that oil with all the fish bits. Nice and salty. I'll be ready in a sec. Now we're talking, putting some of those brown edges. I think we're just about done there. Alright. I think the wind is dropping now, which is nice. Because it's starting to scare me a little bit. Oh, okay. There we go. Well, unfortunately we didn't get to do the head in the end. I'm just running out of time. But that doesn't look half bad, does it? Just simple, just nice crispy fish. Just fry it off in oil. And then some crispy broccoli. Everything's crispy. Mildly crispy. Why don't we just use this big log here? It's a nice seat height. Alright, let's get into it. We'll have a look. Just gonna draw a nice bit. Oh, so feel that? Hear that? I don't know if you can hear that, but it's crispy. We've got a bit of that and a little bit of that crispy. Come on. Help me out here. Come on. There we go, we got it. Whoa. So that's salty, oily, crispy bits on top of the beautiful white flesh. Delicious. Nice big bit of broccoli. I love broccoli. So good. That's really good. Let's have another bit of that. Something about when you do it in enough oil, broccoli really goes good. Especially when it's got all those little brown bits from the bottom of the pan. That's going to be a good bit if I can break it off. There we go. Don't fall. Come on, this is a good one. Ooh. Delicious, and I feel like I worked for it today. A lot of running around. Anyway, see you tomorrow.